Hello, Shell here. I've got some gentle shoulder stretches for your rotator cuff injuries or problems. Disclaimer, some of these stretches might feel a little bit sticky, awkward, or gross. Just listen to your body as we're moving through things. You're probably feeling certain things because you've been protecting the shoulders and haven't really been moving the shoulder joints very much. That being said, if anything does feel sharp, shooty, or straight up painful, back off just a little bit. Try to toe the line of discomfort without pushing too far. It's not a no pain, no gain kind of situation. Just listen to your body. It's pretty good at telling you what sucks and what it's not ready for. And then maybe you can retry some of those sucky stretches a little bit down the track as things have improved. And in the meantime, try some of the other stretches from this video. All right, stretch number one is extended arm rotations. So rotator cuff muscles are muscles that help with internally, externally rotating your arms. A lot of the stuff we've got today is very similar, but in different ways. So just follow with what you can do. But for this, extend your arms out as high as you can. If that's down here, that's okay. If you can, have them up nice and high, kind of at shoulder height. Perfect, wonderful. And then going to see how much you can rotate your thumbs down towards the ground, nice and slowly. And then how much you can bring them back up so that your thumbs can point to the wall behind you. Maybe your palms can reach the ceiling, and moving through this nice and slowly. It's interesting, you might feel, I can feel one shoulder singing a little bit as I'm doing this. It's just a little bit like, hello, what is this? What's this movement? I haven't done this for a little while. If that's too intense, you can bring your arms down to where is comfortable and go through that movement. I can get my arms much further back with my hands lower. Well, that's all right. If two arms at the same time is too hard, you can do one arm at a time. Just pay attention. And it's really interesting. It's not about rolling the shoulder in or out. Trying to keep the shoulders as nice and still as you can while you're twisting, I guess, the arm in the joint to make it as simple as possible. If you're doing just one arm, pause here, jump to the other side, and I'll see you in a second. Next, I've got one that you can do with against a shelf or a bookcase or a couch. There's a few different variations. So this is my wall or shelf, just to make it a little bit easier for you to see. I'm going to place my right hand in the crook of my back, and then my elbow is going to lean against the wall or the shelf or whatever it is. And I'm going to slowly lean back. So this elbow is coming forward like this. I've got my hand resting just behind my back. I'm putting gentle pressure in. If you've got the wall or the cupboard and that's feeling great, fine, that's well done. If you're like, I'm doing it, but I don't really feel much, or maybe you've got excellent shoulder mobility, that's where you can reach across with your other hand and just gently pull that elbow forward while your hand is staying behind your back. And do that stretch for as long as it feels excellent for. If you're following along while you're watching this, pause here, jump to the other side, and then press play again when you're ready for me to keep going. If the elbow stretch you were just doing was a bit of a struggle, take it really carefully with this next one. It is a variation on the plow stretch where you're touching your hands behind your back. Obviously, when shoulders aren't feeling excellent, that's a little bit not super attainable, and we all have those sorts of days. So something you can do to help with that movement without putting the other shoulder into a little bit of a hard time is sit against your couch or your wall. This is my couch / wall. And because we all sit on the ground when we're watching telly, right? You're going to be sitting with your back to the couch, and your hand is going to come to the small of your back, just like we just did. And it's going to then be resting against the back of the couch, between your back and the couch. And you're going to use the couch to walk your hand up to where feels comfortable. And then if you can, grip hold of the couch. I like using the arm at the end of the couch because it's usually about that wide, which is then perfect for my hand to hold on to. And you're going to have your hand just resting there. You'll feel it in the front of the shoulder, but it's stretching, it's really stretching the back of the shoulder. And you want to walk the hand up to wherever feels comfortable, leaving it there for as long as possible. And then as always, switching sides to get the other side nice and stretched. Next up, I've got some laying down stretches because I love to lie down. It's the laziest and easiest way to stretch instead of making it feel like it's hard work. So, laying on your back, this one's perfect for when you're in bed. First, you're going to have your arms out beside you, elbows are resting on the bed. And if you think about your windscreen wiper stretches for your legs, it's very similar to what we want to do for the arms. So, arms out nice and tall, and then you're going to bring them over to one side, over to the other. You may find it's really interesting with this one. It's like, oh, my arm doesn't want to do it on one side compared to the other. So if you're stuck at a certain point, just chill out there. And after a few repetitions of this, you'll notice that it gets a little bit easier, a little less sticky. And we're just being super gentle. We don't need to force things. Let them happen. If you want to, you can have, I've seen people hold things in their hands as they're doing this, like a water bottle or something to help with the weight. Even this one, like my right shoulder, as I'm getting to the end, is a little bit like, it just doesn't really want to go. Whereas left hand, no problem going on the floor at all. All right, once you've done your side to side windscreen wipers, similar again, having your arms out. Probably easier to do one arm at a time for this one. Arms out at 90 degrees if you can, if it's comfortable. If not, you can try to have your arm down just a little bit further so that it's not quite at that 90 degrees. And you want to slowly let your hand roll down so that it's palm down on the bed. And then bring it back up. You may notice that you get not very far on the first try, and then on your way up you want to roll, let that shoulder come back and up, and then as you're doing it more and more, then you notice that you start to get more and more movement out of the stretch, which is pretty amazing. You're getting to see the improvement right in front of your eyes. Sometimes it takes a little bit of patience. And then once you start getting to the mattress, to the bed, this is where you can lie on the edge of the bed and have your upper arm resting on the mattress, but your elbows coming off so that you can just let your arm naturally get to the point that it wants to go to, which might be beyond the level of the mattress. And then switching to the other side because we love both shoulders equally. Enjoy those stretches. I hope they help. They're designed to be super gentle. This is for when you've got quite limited range of movement. Some of you will struggle with some of those, but it's just, you'll get there. It's slow going, and remember to be kind to yourself. Bye!